Abandonment for a dating app match. The case of Reese Myers. In July 2024, a disturbing case of child abandonment in Killeen, Texas shocked the local community and drew national attention. At the center of this troubling incident was 25-year-old Reese Myers, a U.S. Army veteran and former paralegal, whose decision to pursue a dating app connection would lead to serious criminal charges and raise profound questions about parental responsibility. The case began when concerned neighbors at a Killeen apartment complex noticed something deeply alarming. A 16-month-old toddler was hanging precariously from a broken window of a ground-floor apartment. The window, partially covered with makeshift materials including cardboard and plexiglass, had become a potential escape route for the abandoned child. Adding to the tension of the scene, an aggressive dog was present near the child, though whether it posed a threat or was attempting to protect the infant remained unclear. Responding to emergency calls, Killeen Police Department officers arrived to find a scene that would haunt even veteran law enforcement professionals. After carefully removing the temporary window covering, they discovered the toddler wearing only a shirt, his body covered in feces and showing signs of diaper rash, clear indicators of prolonged neglect. The apartment itself told a story of premeditated abandonment, deadbolt doors, strategic baby gates blocking access to the kitchen, and multiple locked windows suggested that Myers had deliberately confined her child before departing. When police managed to contact Myers by phone, she was more than 150 miles away in San Antonio. Her explanation would prove both shocking and incriminating. She had matched with someone on the dating app Hinge and had traveled to San Antonio the previous day to meet him. Myers attempted to defend her actions by claiming she had arranged for childcare, telling officers she had contacted a previous babysitter through Facebook to watch her son. However, this alibi quickly unraveled. Police investigation revealed that Myers hadn't communicated with the supposed babysitter since December 2023, months before the incident. The babysitter confirmed having no recent contact with Myers, effectively destroying the mother's attempt to justify her actions. Further investigation uncovered a troubling pattern of behavior. A former roommate reported that Myers had frequently displayed negligent parenting, regularly leaving at night and not returning until the following day. The case took another unexpected turn when authorities instructed Myers to return immediately to Killeen. Instead of complying, she was later located and arrested at Fort Irwin Army Base in California, approximately 1.400 miles from where she had left her child. This apparent attempt to evade responsibility only complicated her legal situation. The child was immediately taken to a hospital for medical evaluation before being placed in the custody of Child Protective Services. Myers now faces charges under Texas law for abandoning and endangering a child, a serious offense that carries significant penalties. The specific statute she's charged under addresses individuals who, having custody of a child younger than 15 years, intentionally abandon them in circumstances that expose the child to unreasonable risk of harm. Legal experts analyzing the case note that Myers faces a complex legal situation. As a third-degree felony, the charges could result in a prison sentence of 2 to 10 years. While her status as a military veteran and her previous professional experience as a paralegal might typically work in her favor during sentencing, the egregious nature of her actions, leaving a toddler alone for an extended period to pursue a dating opportunity, significantly diminishes any mitigating factors. The case has sparked intense debate about parental responsibility in the age of dating apps and social media. Legal experts point out that while parents aren't expected to provide constant 24/7 supervision, there's a reasonable expectation to ensure proper childcare arrangements. Myers' decision to leave her toddler alone, particularly given her awareness of proper childcare options, as evidenced by her previous use of babysitters, demonstrates a deliberate choice to prioritize personal interests over her child's safety. Looking ahead, Myers' path to potential reunification with her child will be challenging. Family court considerations will prioritize the child's best interests, likely requiring Myers to complete parenting classes, demonstrate significant personal growth, and show a fundamental shift in her approach to parental responsibilities. Any future contact would likely begin with supervised visitation, with a gradual progression toward more regular access based on demonstrated improvement and commitment to responsible parenting. Adding another layer to the case was Myers' professional background. According to her LinkedIn profile, she had served honorably in the U.S. Army and had worked as a paralegal for several law firms. This professional experience, particularly her work in the legal field, suggested she should have been well aware of the legal implications of child abandonment and neglect. Her military service background would typically be considered a mitigating factor in sentencing, but prosecutors argued that her professional experience actually demonstrated a higher level of awareness regarding her actions' consequences. The 16-month-old was immediately taken to a hospital for comprehensive medical evaluation. Doctors documented not only the visible signs of neglect, including the severe diaper rash and unsanitary conditions, but also conducted thorough examinations to ensure there were no underlying health issues or signs of previous abuse. The child was then placed in the custody of Child Protective Services, initiating what would likely be a long-term separation from his mother. Myers now faces charges under Texas Penal Code for abandoning and endangering a child, a serious offense that carries significant penalties. The specific statute she's charged under, Section 22.041, addresses individuals who, having custody of a child younger than 15 years, intentionally abandon them in circumstances that expose the child to unreasonable risk of harm. As a third-degree felony, the charges could result in prison sentence of 2 to 10 years, fines up to $10,000, potential loss of parental rights, mandatory parenting classes and counseling, extended supervision upon release. This case serves as a stark reminder of the serious consequences that can result from parental negligence and the critical importance of maintaining proper childcare arrangements. It highlights how momentary decisions can have life-altering consequences, not only for the parent but, more importantly, for the vulnerable children who depend on their care and protection. The legal proceedings against Myers continue to unfold, but her case has already become a cautionary tale about parental responsibility in the digital age. It raises important questions about how society balances personal freedom with parental obligations and the severe consequences that can result when that balance is broken. As the criminal justice system processes this case, it serves as a powerful reminder that the safety and well-being of children must always take precedence over personal desires and temporary pleasures. For the Killeen community and parents everywhere, this case stands as a sobering example of how quickly a child's safety can be compromised by poor parental judgment. It reinforces the vital importance of maintaining proper childcare arrangements and the serious legal consequences that can result from failing to meet basic parental responsibilities. As this case progresses through the Texas legal system, it will likely continue to generate discussion about parental duties, child safety, and the balance between personal freedom and parental responsibility in contemporary society.